Hello, seventh grade. We are jumping into lesson 8 today. We are going to analyze a model informative essay. Before we do that, let's look at number one, what we're doing and our entrance ticket. So today you're going to study an example essay. It will give you structure and some ideas for the essay that you're going to eventually write yourself. All right, so let's look at our entrance ticket for today. Again, these page numbers are probably not going to be correct because your workbooks got an update, but go ahead and find this in your workbooks. And hang on just a second, I accidentally closed out of mine, so I got to pull it back up really quickly. Okay. We are in Unit 2. We are in Lesson 8. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going to pull up the lesson narrative, and I also want to pull up the entrance ticket for today because I want to look alongside you guys. Okay. So the entrance ticket for today is going to ask you a few questions, all right? And so I'm going to ask that you go ahead and pause the video and work on this. Once you're finished, I want you guys to share out and talk about this as a class. So go ahead and do that now and then come back to me when you're finished and I'll go over a few of these with you. Okay, guys, so now that you're finished, let's look at a few of these questions. So the first one says, drawing on previous experiences, writing informative essays, what is the purpose of an informative essay? So again, your answer might be a little bit different from mine, but you probably said something like, the purpose of an informative essay is to inform or to explain something to the reader. The second question asks, what are the different parts of an informative essay? So it's going to include an introduction with context and a focus statement, 2 or more body paragraphs that give details of the points in the focus statement, and a conclusion with a reflection. That's important. The next question says, what are the criteria of an effective informative essay? The introduction, again, gives context on the topic and a focus statement. The essay focuses on 2 or more clear points. The body paragraphs include the best details to explain these points. They also include explanations or elaborations that tell how the details explain the points. The conclusion reminds the reader of the focus and follows from and reflects on the rest of the essay. Also, there are transitional words and phrases throughout the essay showing the connection between ideas. Next question, what are the central ideas and supporting details from the paragraph that you read for homework? So you guys probably did not do this for homework, so that's okay. So let's go ahead and move on from here and look at today's work. Okay, guys, so I just want to remind you of 2 things, and I'm going to ask that your teacher pause the video and go over this with you. So the criteria of an effective informative essay anchor chart, let's review those. Okay, so I'm going to ask after I finish talking, pause the video and look at these again. And then on the right, you have the painted essay template, which you guys should be familiar with working with. Go ahead and pause the video and review these out loud as a class. Come back to me when you're ready to move on. All right, guys, so we have 3 learning targets today. The first one says, I can explore a model and determine criteria of an informative essay. The second one says, you guys know this drives me nuts when this does this. I can use the painted essay structure to analyze a model, and I can plan an informative essay focusing on task, purpose, and audience. All right, guys, so I have some new vocabulary words for us today. Let's pause the video and let's add painted essay to our vocab log. Go ahead and do that now. Come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, the next 2, we have structure and analyze. Let's go ahead and add these 2 now. Pause the video and come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Okay, guys, in the last 2, we have criteria and informative. So go ahead and pause the video. Come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, so it's now time to look at a model essay. So in your workbooks, this model essay called Computer Programs and Animal Behavior is there for you. I want you guys to read this out loud as a class. I want you to have some discussion about it and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, guys, let's talk in partners or groups of 3. What is this essay about? And what sentence in this piece best expresses the main idea? What is the gist of this paragraph. So I actually want you guys to go through and talk about the gist of each of the paragraphs, okay? So go ahead and pause the video, take some time to work through and discuss these questions. Your teacher should be circulating the room and helping you have some discussion about this, and then come back to me when you're ready to move forward. All right, guys, hang on just 1 second. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. So in looking at the paragraphs, let's have some discussion now about what we saw. So what makes up a model informative essay? So in paragraph number 1, we saw an introduction. We saw that it gives context about how animals move in groups. We saw that it includes a focus statement that provides the main idea. Here it is. It's fair to say that the study of animal behavior has been informed by ideas from computer programming. Let's look at paragraphs 2 and 3. These are your proof paragraphs. Informative essay must have them. It explained that an idea used by computer programmers. Then it explained how that idea helps scientists understand animal behavior. It also uses quotes from experts, examples, and explanations. Lastly, the 4th paragraph is a conclusion. It restated the focus about what computer models have taught us about animal movement, and it adds reflection on what they might be able to show us in the future. All right, guys. So now that we have looked at the criteria, we've looked at a model, we're going to do a little pair practice, and you guys are going to take a stab at this. Okay. So here are the directions for the pair informative essay. Okay. So throughout this unit, you will work with a partner to plan and write an essay to answer the question, how do epidemiologists use ideas from the study of crime detection to understand and explain epidemics? Here are all the things that you need to remember. And then at the bottom, it gives you documents that you can go back to use for help as you're working through this. So today, you and your partner are going to go ahead and start working through this graphic organizer. I want you guys to get as much done as you can. You might need a little extra class time for this tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. This is your work for the rest of class. Your teacher should be walking the room, circulating the room, and answering any questions. I'm going to see you guys again next time in lesson 9.